A long time ago, monsters invaded the earth and threatened to consume it if we wouldn't satisfy their needs for delicious foods. This is how the Kitchen Brigade was born. At the request of the head chef, the Kitchen Brigade is tasked with providing these monsters with the most delicious foods known to man, to keep them from consuming the world as we know it. Now their numbers have grown and their appetite is boundless. So here we are. We went through the tutorial and we are now a chef. We leave the tutorial island behind us together with a sous chef and move on to the tomato islands where the real challenge awaits. After spawning in, we take a quick look around. Soon we come across this patch of corruption. If we or our imps stay in it too long, we will die. We need imps to work our machines, so we will need to take care of the tiny little bastards following us around. So I start building some scaffolding to climb over it and move on to meet the monster we will be serving today. We talk to the beast and it lets us know it is hungry for some sanguine soup and no less than 10 portions a minute. Armed with this knowledge, we explore further down into the cave where some machines are already set up and running. We find where some sand and resin is being collected, which get turned into glass and rubber. These items are being sent downwards to an area we will arrive in shortly. Moving on, my imps and I fall down the ladder and into the area where the glass and rubber is being sent to. Here we find some cable and item pipes being produced, which we can pick up and take with us. Next to this little area we find our first ingredient, which we will start mining: nutmeg. We get to work placing some miners and connecting them to the power. They will now start mining and all they need is some item pipes to bring this ingredient where it needs to be. Nutmeg is actually used in the last step of the process, so we connect it right up to the existing item pipe going into the Chef-O-Matic. While we're here, we also connect the output of the Chef-O-Matic to the food cannon, which will feed the monster later on. Now we keep exploring further to the right and we find some bailiff plants with a harvester above it. We place some extra plants and harvesters because we will need quite a few of these items. I locked myself down here in the process, so had to place some scaffolding and ladders to get out again. Bailiff is used in both the final product and the tomato sauce, so we will need to split these items into two streams to satisfy our needs. One item pipe goes right into the same pipe as the nutmeg we have just harvested, and the other one will go to the blender for sauce. But we also still need the main ingredient of the sauce: tomato. I find a piece of grass, set up some plants, harvesters and item pipes going into a blender. After realizing I will need fluid pipes for the sauce, I get to work setting up a fabricator for this purpose. To make fluid pipes, I will need to provide that fabricator with glass and rubber. I have not yet realized that rubber is made from the resin we found in the beginning and start exploring further to find how to make rubber. At this point, I'm thinking it has to do something with oil that we haven't found yet. I'm not finding the rubber I'm looking for, but I do find a Michelin star. A rare collectible hidden in every level. Only once I get desperate enough to finally read the guidebook the game is giving me, I find out that rubber is being made using resin. I quickly came to the conclusion that those machines we saw earlier all the way on top are already making rubber. I place and program a few splitters and fluid pipe production has started. Armed with the freshly made fluid pipes, we return to where our blender is and connect the sauce to the pipe going into the Chef-O-Matic. Lastly, we also need bailiff for the sauce. After redoing the pipes to keep them properly separated, it's time to connect those harvesters to power as well. The last ingredient we need for the final product is some salt. There's a salt deposit located relatively close to where we need it, so after digging for just a few blocks, we place some miners, connect them to the pipes, and we are in business. After all that, we should be ready to produce the soup our monster friend desires. We connect the Chef-O-Matic to the power and there we go. Delicious portions of sanguine soup are being produced and sent to the hungry monster. And after proving we can keep up the pace for at least 1 minute, we get a little compliment from our sous chef and from the monster as well. And there we have it, a perfect score on the Michelin stars, and the first level of the Tomato Islands is completed. I don't know about you, but I am looking forward to the more challenging levels this game has to offer. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel to not miss any upcoming videos. I also stream live on Twitch, to which I will leave the link in the description of this video. Thank you for watching and hopefully I'll see you next time.